We get you back the pretties, we get you back the pretties, we get you back the pretties, we get you back. Hey YouTube, been trying to make a video all morning and been having difficulties to say the least. And I have a cat wandering around up here. So you might end up seeing him. Right, Moon? Right? Come here. All right, anyways, today I'm going to talk about the Watts case some more. And I want to talk about premeditation, and then I also want to discuss if anyone else has heard about how long it takes to dig a grave. I did a little bit of research on that, and I haven't found anyone else talking about it. But I did do some digging on it, and lo and behold, there's actually a Guinness Book of World Records on people grave digging. Who knew? Not me. But also, some of the information that I found on how long it takes to even dig a grave, it's 6 hours by hand for an experienced grave digger. Okay? Okay? It says the average person cannot dig a grave by hand. And usually in a premeditated, I really don't want to start this video over. If you're premeditated, I'm gonna have to restart. I'm keeping that in there for a blooper because I do not want to restart everything. I've restarted probably 20-25 times today. Yeah. Blood pressure's a little up. Cheeks are a little red. Just saying. Anyways, the crime, I feel it was premeditated. The reason I think this is because I do not feel Chris Watts would have been able to have a crime of passion, kill his wife, kill his 2 children, dig a grave, put his children down different oil rigs, and meet up with his coworkers by no later than 8:30. And he left his home at 5:30, put him at the site where he dumped the bodies at 6:40. There would have been no way. The math doesn't make sense. So therefore, I believe it was premeditated. I also believe in my own theory that he had help. I think NK helped, but I also think that there was a third party involved. Now, this is still also fairly new, so we'll probably end up one day eventually hearing the information. I pray we do. I hope we do. But anyways, back to the Guinness Book of World Records. Yes, it takes a experienced grave digger, if you're going to dig the grave correctly, 6 hours. An experienced grave digger. 6 foot under. Okay? Now, let's just say that this experienced grave digger did a 3-foot hole, which I think Chris Watts' grave for Shannon looked like it might have been 3 feet. That would be 3 hours for an experienced grave digger. I understand he was in great shape. I understand that he'd lost 15 pounds, but he is not an experienced grave digger. An experienced one would take 3 hours. I would say for a 3-foot grave for Chris Watts to dig by hand, 6 to 9 hours. The average person cannot even dig a grave by hand. So he had to have had help. Or he had 6 weeks that Shannon gave him to dig this grave over time, would be my assumption, if he had no help. We know NK helped. I'm talking a male with some strength behind them to help. But anyways, in a crime of passion, I mean, you're going to be thinking, where are you going to put these bodies after you get done killing them? You're not going to throw them in your truck, have your house as clean as it was. I mean, I understand they had OCD and their house was super clean, but his tracks were too good. Everything was too pre-planned. You got to know where you're going to put your bodies after a crime of passion, and to think, oh, I have to go out to the oil wells today. I'm going to go ahead and stuff my daughters in each one because the weight on them will send off alarms. And then thinking about climbing up those with the bodies and then climbing back down and then going and digging a grave, the times just don't add up. It's just not possible. If someone knows more about this, I'd love to hear in the comments. And I also think NK was involved still. I think she was in the basement when Shanann came home. I think these are just my theories. I think she's the one that killed those little girls. I really do. I don't know that Chris was involved with it. It's like the only thing that he talks about in the interview, in the interrogation room, that makes me believe that he didn't do it. It's just the only thing he has any true emotion about. Could be guilt. I'm not saying he's the most reliable guy. Trust me, I understand that, but still, I don't know. Something just makes me think that NK definitely had something involved with this, with hurting those children, killing those children. I really do. And yeah. So also some things about NK. I mean, this girl. Let's see here. Her, and I mean, I just go over and watch her interviews again, and it's like every time I rewatch them, I'm just like, I can't even believe that the cops let her talk as long as they did. I mean, I guess, yeah, true, maybe they did because they thought she'd eventually be bragging about some way that she got away with this crime. I don't know, but just as an outsider and being female, I'm telling you this, Nicole was in that house for 6 weeks while Shanann was gone. She was living there. They weren't staying at her apartment because this was Shannan's safe space and she didn't want to be in it. She lived there. She was beginning to panic because Shannan's coming home. So she had to come up with plan B. And plan B was, I guess, to get him out. And it looks like she was quite successful. I heard today also that there was a picture of a sunflower that she had sent to Chris Watts had sent to NK in a text. And then it had stated, "Your wish is my command, my DP queen." I have the dump file and I haven't seen that. So I need to maybe go back through it and look again for that picture. Because I'm just confused where that came from, who saw that. I mean, I'm not saying it's not there, I just haven't seen it yet. But with people that have doubts, I mean, all of this will come to light. It really will. Within the coming months, people are going to start talking. This girl, if she thought she got away with murder, she's too egocentric to not brag in some form. No way she won't. And you know, the other thing is I did hear, and it was in the dump folder, she's actually in witness protection right now. She has a new job out of state, out of Colorado, but they have her in the witness protection program. I mean, I guess maybe that's to keep an eye on her as well and for her safety. But I mean, that was her main concerns when she was in those interrogation rooms were her phone, getting her contacts off the other phone to her phone. I mean, anytime any conversation would start going somewhere, it was like that's what she would be drawn back to. And it's like the cops fell for that sometimes. And I mean, I know they know I know they know their job. So maybe that was just part of their tactic. But she cried once, and I think they were crocodile tears. I don't think it was real tears for the children. Other than that, she was pretty selfish. She was worried about name change. She was worried about going into witness protection. She was worried about what's going to happen to her the next 5 to 10 years of her life. What else? Her phone, her contacts. Oh, this was bizarre. She didn't want to have her friends give her a reference for employment in fear her friends would be embarrassed or upset with her. Upset with her for what? That's what I want to know. What would they be upset with you for? The sentence didn't sound like it went well, along with a lot of other things she said. But also, if this mistress is like Mistress of the Year and the award goes to North Korea, then I'm just curious why she would say to Chris, after he found her wedding ring, he asked her, "How much do you think this is worth?" "I don't know. Why don't you go pawn it?" If she was just going to be back in like one day, why would he go pawn her ring? That's her ring. That's not your ring. That's not his ring. That's her ring. Why? I mean, if you were trying to make this family work out and you were there to support Chris because you cared about Chris and you're wanting the best for Chris and his kids, you tell him to go pawn his wife's ring? I don't know. That was definitely off-putting. A lot of stuff she said made me want to throw up in my mouth. But I don't know. And that house is definitely haunted, guys. And I hope Shannon and the girls have passed on. But regardless if they have or not, there is still a portal open there. After the heinous crimes that happened, the dark energy's there. The portal's been opened. That land needs to be blessed. I mean, it just does. They need to bring a shaman out there. I mean, I don't know if, maybe NK was messing around with a little bit of dark magic and she wasn't doing some type of rituals around there. I don't know, guys. I really don't. And maybe leading Chris into that darker side of life, possibly. I don't know. I really don't. So, anyways, I did find someone mentioning about the pictures of the flowers. And let's see here. It says, police will not release further information unless they have enough evidence in regards to NK. This case is far from over, and I love hearing people say that. Now, in regards to the photo, pay attention to those little yellow flowers and the settings on the background. These are very distinct flowers, and where Chris buried Shanann, the exact same flowers and background can be seen. It's identical. Chris deleted everything he sent to Kessinger, and Kessinger deleted everything she received from him. So this photo was recovered from Chris's secret app, the calculator app, or deleted images. There is a reason behind everything he sent to this bitch. Anyhow, look at Shannon's burial site photos and then look at the image. It's the exact same spot. Again, the caption for the image sent by Chris to Kessinger: "Your wish is my command, my DP queen." Right? Ugh. So there's so much more to talk about, guys, and I still have more EVPs to go with you guys, and I'm gonna try to go through the videos and look for some more pictures. But for now, thank you, like and subscribe, and we will talk soon. We get you back the pretties, we get you back the pretties, we get you back the pretties, we get you back.